Hello everybody, you're watching Channel 1, where in this episode I am going to be showing you how to repair a car heated rear window. There is some video too of dubious quality, but it should give you an idea of what I'm doing. I expect you're familiar with this view if you have come here to watch the video anyway. It's the cold mornings, fogged up rear window. You put your heated rear window on and not all of it clears. Your pattern is probably going to be different to mine, but as you can see here, it looks like the top three elements are not working at all. You don't really need too many tools to fix it. Here I've got a scalpel, but you can have some fine sandpaper, some sellotape, a paintbrush, some silver conductive paint, and you possibly could do with a dry white marker as well if your vision's as bad as mine. Here's just a little close-up of the silver conductive paint. That was just £10 I think off eBay. It's a small bottle, but very useful for repairing electronic circuits and broken tracks, and even making up your own circuits with if you wanted to. Here is a reflection of my shiny bald head. Now it's actually the rear window, because the first thing you need to do is try and identify where the brakes are in the elements. Can you see them here? Oh, well, I've marked them up here. Still pretty hard to see in this image. So here are a couple of close-ups. There's the one, the next, and the next. All showing slightly different amounts of damage. The damage is easier to spot from the outside of the car than on the inside. So I've just used my dry wipe marker to put little lines on where the brakes are. Cue a video with dubious quality. Okay, so hopefully you can see there, I have just marked where it looks like the brakes in the screen element are. This is all a little bit difficult for me to do with the camera right in front of me and not being able to see very well either, but I just have a scalpel and I'm lightly going to run over the surface of the metal to make sure some contact with the copper. Up here. Yeah. You see, I've put some marks on the outside of the window because the brake doesn't actually show up very well on the inside. Okay, and I will also take some photos just in case this video doesn't work very well. And yeah. It looks like it can't focus close enough, or it might be too bright outside. It does all just look like a black line. But yes, that was just so you can actually see some of the copper. There. With that done, I just have I expect the camera to fall over here. Just a little roll of sellotape. And I'm just going to try and get this as close to the line as possible. On all the little breaks. Donk. Okay. Figured that was going to happen. Not got the stablest of bases in the boot here. No idea how I can sort this out. Okay. Okay. Not that this is going to show very much. I'll try and take a photo of that too. Right, now for the fun bit. And in this little bottle I have some silver conductive paint. I know the light isn't very good, having the sunshine behind, and just a very fine brush. And cue the thing to fall over again, and I'm just going to get some of this on the brush. Photo of that too, which doesn't show up in that light. Not great. And then I will just run that over there. Because it's quite high amps, heated rear windscreen,
I might have to put a couple of coats on, and I can already see that the tape there isn't really in the right spot. And this doesn't mean to say I've actually found all the breaks, but finding one on each of the lines that weren't working did at least give me a good idea that I'm on the right track. And this may indeed just burn off the first time I put the heated rear window on. Come on, get some silver on you. Really could have done with shaking this bottle a little bit. And this tiny little bottle of paint, you certainly wouldn't want to paint your car with it. It was about £10 from eBay. Silver conductive paint is what it is called, and I'm going to leave that to dry, and then we'll come and see if we can experiment to see whether it has worked.
And with the sun behind us, it's hard to see how silver the paint is. So here's just a photo from the outside, just confirming as well that it has covered where the brakes were in the heater elements.
Right, now it's had long enough to dry. I don't know how much you're going to see of this, and I maybe should have pulled this tape off while the paint was still wet. It does at least look like it has left some track there. If I can get this. Yeah. That one's a little bit messy. With the amount of sun we've got, I'm not complaining about it in the slightest, but it does make recording a little bit difficult. Right, so with the tape off and the paint on, you might hear there I have a kettle boiling in the car to try and simulate some steam or some condensation in the car. Oops, I will bubble that over the window. Right, I hope that shows up on the camera. I'm going to turn the heated rear window on now. Yeah, you can see it's a bit steamy there. And straight away we can see all elements are now working. So, not a difficult job, not a particularly expensive job. So the hardest bit is actually finding where the brakes are. Oh, as some people come past. in the actual heater element itself. It looks like where I've got the silver paint is conducting a bit more energy than the actual element itself. But all in all, successful job. And here you can see the repair from the outside. You can clearly see the silver track going over where the brakes were in the original elements. But looking from the car out the back window, you can't see this repair at all. I hope this was useful to some of you at home. If it was, do please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel, and whatever you're doing, do take care, stay safe. Peace, everybody.